Have you ever said, I really want to get this done, but I just have too much on my plate already? Or I work my tail off, but I can never seem to get it all done. Well, I have a different take on this idea, and it has served me well over the years. And so I'd like to share it with you today. Now, I almost want to say that this sounds a little bit cliche because when we're talking about productive Christian wives and moms, Proverbs 31 often comes up. But I think we can also say it comes up with good reason. That woman was incredibly productive and effective with her time. So I want to take just a minute before we dive into this conversation and just to kind of set our standard that we're shooting for here. Let's look at what this woman accomplishes in her day. So it starts off by saying that she works with her hands. And I think we need to think about how much more hand type work, physical work, was necessary in the role of wife and mom way back when. Maybe producing some of your own clothes, what it took to get a meal on the table, the extent you had to go to clean your own home. Work with her hands, I think, can be a very quick statement we kind of run over, but really that means a lot back then. It also says that she got her food from far away. I don't know if there was a better supply far away. Maybe she researched to find the best location, but it definitely wasn't a quick run down to the store, right? It also says she would rise before it was light, so early, early in the morning, so that she could prepare food for her family and even her servants. And yes, there have been a lot of people who have said, come on, I mean, she had servants. Well, so do we, if you think about it, considering what her servants probably did. We have the washing machine and the dryer, we have the vacuum, we have the toaster oven, we have the oven, we have the dishwasher, we have running water. I mean, we have little servants working for us all day long, making this job of running a home so much faster and so much easier. And we don't have to get up early to make breakfast for them. So it's all perspective here. Also, she is an entrepreneur, and it actually mentions um, ways she has found to bring in money and income twice. So she's kind of like she's running two different businesses here, is what it sounds like. Not only does she get up early to prepare her house for the day, but she also does not turn off the light and go to bed until she makes sure that everything in the home is taken care of for that day. It goes on to say that she spends time and resources providing for the poor and aiding the poor in any way that she can. All of her family's needs and wants are provided for. They are kept warm, well dressed, well fed, well cared for in their home. She also takes time not just to care for needs and wants, but appearance. She takes care of her own appearance. She also takes care of the appearance of her home. I think we can already kind of assume this based on what she accomplishes during her day, but it does specifically say that she's not idle, even for a moment. There's not an idle bone in her body or a moment in her day. And because of all of her well spent time, all that she has learned by being so productive and engaging in so many different areas of life, she has become a great source of wisdom for those around her, that she is sought out for her wisdom. She also causes her husband to feel respected by her, and also to be respected by those he encounters in life. And they respect him because of the behavior of his wife, of how well kept his home is, of how well his family is doing, and a lot of which is due to the diligence of his wife. She can also feel an inner peace and confidence that her family is going to be taken care of. again, because of the fruits of her labor. And then, of course, at the end of the day, she is blessed and praised beyond measure because of how she's chosen to spend her moments. Now, another type of feedback that I've gotten many times over referring to the Proverbs 31 woman is that it is a lofty goal. To be like her is a lofty goal, which is great, but kind of the same as we should be becoming more like Christ. We should become like Christ. No one's going to reach the perfection of Christ while still residing on this earth. But there's a vast difference there. The example that we're following in Christ is Christ. He was for a time human while also being 100% God. But he's not a human, just a human, and has never been just a human. We are striving to become like God. And if we could truly become like God, we wouldn't need God because we would have achieved perfection and could get to heaven on our own. So no, we won't. That is not a standard we will meet until we arrive in heaven itself. But this example that is given to us as wives, and I believe given to husbands on what to look for in their wife, it's an example of a human living a normal human life, but just taking it to the highest degree possible because she has recognized the value of her moments and the power that she has to determine how those moments are spent, and has chosen wisely in how to fill each and every one of those moments. This is representing an example to us, but it is an unachievable example for us. And if we are trying to find a reason that it's not, perhaps that's because we don't want to face the fact that what our life is right now is not where it should be in comparison to this standard. Or maybe it is confusion and overwhelm because we want to become more like this Proverbs 31 woman. And we know that our life right now and our schedule right now does not at all look like that, but we don't know what to do about that. And that's why I wanted to make this podcast today, because I believe this is a vital lesson for us as wives and moms to learn how to master our moments and make the most of them and truly be able to finish our life someday and look back and say, I used my moments well. I made eternal impact. My children rose up and called me blessed. My husband also, and he praised me. For many women have done well, but you have excelled them all.